evening, race fans. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Rob's Classic Racing. Unfortunately, we've had a bit of an abortive attempt at trying to get all three of us on the live stream, so sorry, folks, it's just going to be me for now. But Rob and Mark, you are in our prayers for getting this thing set up at some point. All right, we're currently on lap 5. We are way behind, so let's just jump right in. Nicky Rent, good to see him back, has taken the lead nearly 2 seconds, my goodness, over Jeff. Welcome back, Jeff. Great to see him. Spinny in 3rd in the Toyota. Jason in 4th, now in 5th because retired Gen X just passed him in the corner. Great move. Very clean pass. Was it Jeff? I think it was Jeff said he hates this place. There he is up in 3rd. There's Watt. Hello, Watt. He's driving the Corvette. Klaus von Orlock is back, trying to get better at the wheel, and I would say he's doing a cracking job of it. Matt MacGyver in 8th. Hello, my friend. Great livery, per usual. And there's Deep Blue. Hello, Deep Blue. Thanks for friending me recently. Gen X Leon is here. Hi, Leon. So we have 10 on track today. Currently the fastest lap is Jeff, going 27.3. Hot dog. What's he riding on today? Jeff is on soft tires at the moment. Nicky Rent's on softs. Let's see, back in the field, soft. There's one medium with Matt MacGyver. Klaus is on mediums, so is Watt. Jason is on softs with retired Gen X as well, and Spinny is on the medium tire. So not too many run the mediums right now. Decided they're going to make it a long first stint. All right, let's go on back and see. Looks like we have a lot of competition back here in P3 through 6. Looking good. Spinny's just trying to hang on to that podium spot. Still very early in the race. He's bebopping around on medium tires. So he'll have a handful until these guys' tires wear out. Right now, retired Gen X looks like they are just warmed up and not even halfway gone. And that's a great little car on tires. Mark, I think that little Ferrari is about your favorite for this event. All right, Jason's in the Porsche, per usual. Yeah, Watt's fallen back. What's happened with him? Watt has a Dollar Tree logo on the side. So, welcome to the suburban food desert. Alright, Matt is on Klaus's 6. Coming into the hairpin. This thing is nasty. I mean, so nasty. I'm really surprised he was able to do that at 40 miles an hour. Cool. Great exit by Matt. Really just pulled away from Gen X Leon. And he's finding himself in Klaus's slip. All right, looking great, fellas. What's going on back here? Leon's all by himself. Trying to pick it up a little bit and see if he can get on Matt's tail. Deep Blue, well behind. Sorry about that. Driving the Vaporware Citroen. Let's see if we can get... Well, I am displaying all. Yeah, unfortunately, we're not able to see fastest laps at the moment. We're already 8 in. That can happen sometimes if you join the race late as a spectator, so apologies for not being able to see their lap times. On the other hand, you get to see more of the racetrack, so not all bad. And we got a nice little scrap going between Jason and retired Gen X. Look out, retired Gen X back in front. Jason's really handing it to him. Trying to give him the okie doke. Let's see how they do. This corner's great for overtakes. Oh, Jason tries to make the outside move. Not happening. Now you're going to get into this sequence here where things just get kind of wobbly. Oh no, he's off! What's happened to retired Gen X? Oh my God, that was rough. All right. Well, he's back on track again, but oh, he's falling way behind Jason. And now Watt's on his tail. He's getting dirty tires cutting those corners. Oh, great scrap. How's Matt doing? Okay, Matt's got Leon right behind him now. Looks like Matt's lost a little bit of pace. And Leon's caught up to him. The Klaus is falling back a touch. Deep Blue's still trying to find his way up. 28 seconds behind the leader, so he's not in any danger of being lapped at the moment. Now we got a race for first and second. Jeff taking advantage of that slipstream, that screaming Ferrari. But look at Nicky in the Viper. Now Nicky, he's a controller driver. He tends to be very rough on tires. We probably said this more times than we ought, but oh my God, he really plows through his tires. But he can drive on them when they're made of soap. It really is a wonder to behold how long he can stay out on horrible tires. As you can see, he's making his turns for what is a little bit shaky, but still managing to hang on, and God knows he needs to change those tires. My guess, when he gets to the pit entrance, he'll just pass it right by. The pit entrance is coming after the hairpin and just down the hill after the second corner. Very fast corner coming up. After this one, there's a very fast left-hander, and then you'll start seeing the pit entrance. Oh, there it is. Oh, sorry. Yep. Almost missed it, but like I said, he had no intention of going in. There's still white showing, and he's not about to go in yet. But there's Jeff. He's on softs, but if you look at the tire wear, it is substantial in its difference, particularly in the front. Or Nicky, that right front is darn near gone. And Jeff has plenty of meat left. And oh, Nicky gets so loose. I don't know how they have their brake balances set up, but Jeff's car looks really pointy. Yeah, he's not about to give up at this point. Let's see what's going on behind him. All right, Spinney has managed to make a good gap between himself and Jason. And Jason has done the same between himself and Gen X. And retired Gen X has got Watt chasing him down. Klaus still in the back trying to find the pace. Don't know anybody's best lap at this point, sorry. I'm looking forward to seeing that. And there's Matt MacGyver down in 9th and Leon in 10th. So don't know what's happened, but MacGyver and Leon must have gotten hooked up somehow, because Deep Blue's gone from dead last up to 8th. And Matt and Leon, who were right in the middle of the pack, are way back. All right, let's take a look at the front here. Nicky and Jeff still going at it, hammer and tong. Jeff's tires just look so much better. Now the rears are falling off of Jeff's car. So after the race, hopefully the interviews will work, and we'll get to ask Jeff and Nikki how they were set up. You can set aero and brake balance in this series if memory serves. It's just a great bit of racing. All right, now Nikki's starting to pull away. I think Jeff is starting to feel that tire wear, whereas Nikki just don't give a damn. Nikki will just ride it on the rims. But he is beginning to run out of fuel, so you better be thinking about coming in. That car is not great on fuel. All right, a 129 for Jeff. Nice pace. But yeah, Nikki is going to have to make a fuel number here. This is not looking great for him. Let's take a look at the front of his car here. Oops, it's all right. Here we go. What's that say? No one better. Ooh. That's big talk, son. All right, here comes Jeff, starting to make up a little bit of that gap. Nikki is so fast. If he can keep it on the track, he's a hard bloke to catch. But he has no choice but after the hairpin to make it stop. Jeff, on the other hand, probably go one or two more laps. I wouldn't recommend it. I think the undercut's pretty powerful here. So Nikki stops. I think Jeff's bound to follow him in. Ooh, that's loose. It's loose in that hairpin. Easy to do. He's coming in. Jeff is not. Jeff's going to try the overcut. All right. Nikki's in. Jeff takes the lead. Here comes Spinny. Spinny is on mediums. He has plenty of fuel, plenty of beef on the tires. So he's going to bypass the pit entrance. Jason's in, getting rid of those manky softs. All right, here comes Watt. Tires look good, fuel looks okay. Retired Gen X, gonna have to come in this next round. All right, so we got Nikki and Jason in the pit. Where are we at back here? Deep Blue still going after it. He's back in 10th place. MacGyver and Leon have moved up a couple of notches. Leon into the pits. That would put Jason. Oh, Jason's out on medium tires. So he's coming out ahead of Matt. Matt going to try to catch him. Although this is going to be his last lap before he has to pit for fuel. His tires look okay. All right, Jason's out on fresh mediums. Doing his out lap. Matt trying to make the most of it. Not really catching him up. But I think Matt's tires are, I wouldn't say giving him trouble, but they're not optimal at the moment. All right, here comes Watt on retired Gen X. He'll try to make the outside maneuver here on the hairpin. Yeah, and it sticks. Which is great, but he'll have to come in for fuel at some point. We'll see if this works. He coming in? He is not. He thinks he can make that number. Meanwhile, retired Gen X drops into the pits. Jeff drops into the pits. Refueling. So Watt takes second. Spinny up in first with a 6.6 second lead. Watt in P2 now. This will be his last lap before a refuel. Klaus von Orlock rushes up to third. Nicky Rent now in fourth on fresh mediums. He's finished with his out lap, so he should be right quick. And Jeff again right behind him. So those are your two de facto leaders. All right, it appears everybody is out of the pit and back on track. That is everybody who's gone in. Spinny, Watt, Klaus, all have to make a pit stop. relatively soon. Nikki, Jeff, Jason, Matt needs to pit. The rest of those guys are okay. Retired Gen X is on fresh tires. Deep Blue is on fresh softs, so we should see him picking up the pace. Leon is on fresh mediums, although he's got a half-second penalty to serve soon, so this should drive him back a teensy bit. All right, looking at Spinny, he's crossed the start-finish line. Still hasn't come in for fuel. Spinny's all by himself now with a 12-second lead. Now that gap is going to be erased as soon as he comes in, and he will probably come out 14, 15 seconds behind Nikki. All right, Jeff and Nikki have moved up. Nikki in second. Jeff on his tail. A little bit less than a second behind. Jason's moving on up. Watt in fifth. Oh, look at that. There goes retired Gen X to take that spot away. That's Watt on his outlap on cold tires, no doubt. Retired Gen X on. Whoa, no, and he loses it in the grass. Into the barrier. That's gonna sting. All right, still trying to make his way out. Come on, get it. There you go. All right, what's happening? Is Deep Blue going to catch him? He is. Round he goes, and Deep Blue's got 7. Retired Gen X extricates himself, but Deep Blue gets the spot. All right, looks like we got a race here. Yep, retired Gen X trying to catch Deep Blue, and Spinny's in the pit. Going to get off those tires. So Nicky Rent goes in the lead, and we're right back to where we were, with Nicky in the lead and Jeff on his tail. Spinny getting a refuel. Gonna have to top it off. There's a lot of laps left. Topping out, going out on soft tires, no doubt. Indeed he is. I don't think Watt's going to catch him up. That's 41-second gap. Yeah, that is a long pit delta. That's a better than 30-second pit delta. So not fun. Not fun. It's a long pit lane. You catch it in the penultimate turn, and then you don't pick it up until you're almost into the first turn. So, yeah, it's a long way. Oh, Klaus loses it into the barrier. Like he did the least amount of harm he could have done. Thank goodness. All right, Deep Blue still pulling away from retired Gen X. Deep Blue on the softs. Retired Gen X on the mediums. So Deep Blue, if he can hang on to it, should have faster lap times. Here's MacGyver. Did we lose some? Oh, we lost somebody. Oh no. I wonder who it was. That's unfortunate. So Nicky in the lead, but Jeff is stepping it up. Jeff has a really good exit around this corner. It seems to be his section. You can already see, if you look at the tire wear, here's Jeff. Now look at Nicky's tire wear. So much worse. It's almost twice as much wear already. The perils of being on controller. All right, here comes Jason. 3 seconds behind is Spinny. 6.5 behind is Watt. 11, almost 12 behind is Klaus. And Klaus has 4 seconds on Deep Blue. Retired Gen X now has 1.5 seconds on. Sorry, Deep Blue has 1.5 seconds on retired Gen X. Almost 10 seconds back is Matt MacGyver, excuse me. And that's it. We've lost our 10th driver, unfortunately. Hope you didn't get a disconnect, friend. So, outstanding race. This Group 3 competition is wonderful. It's nice to see so many good drivers joining up, too. And speaking of joining up, if you haven't already, point your camera phone at the QR codes to join our Discord, and our YouTube channel, so you don't miss any of the action. We would certainly love to have you. Spinny making his way up to Jason, slowly, steadily. Jason got a little loose there. He's got good tires. A Spinny on sauce, but also a full load of fuel. So that may be factoring into his current pace issue right now. He's still not able to make his way toward Jason yet. Maybe as he runs down on fuel, it might get better. Oh, it gets very loose. Whole front end snapped out. Yeah, not making any headway so far. And here comes Watt with a monster V8. And notice his shift point. He's shifting exactly where he needs to. The Corvette has a ton of grunt, lots and lots of low end torque, and you don't want to wind that old thing out. Oh my gosh, Jeff is so close now. Start tapping that replay button. You look at this. Two very, very different cars running on the same tires. One is great in the straights, one is great in the corners. Yeah, let's stick with this one for a while. Looks like where the race is on track at the moment. Just doing everything to drag that old carriage around the corner. And here comes Jeff. He just spikes it through the corners. But then Nicky, he gets on that V10 and away he rocks. You can see, even with the slipstream, you can see that stupid car pulling away. All right, now Jeff's starting to reel him in a bit. He has to take this so gingerly in that monster. Gets loose. It looks like the Ferrari lost a little bit of aero. Lost the front end some. Oh, these guys are so well matched in such different cars. And guys, apologies if you're typing anything into the chat. It did not come up for me in my app, so I am kind of missing anything you might be saying. So let me jump over here. There we are. Hello, guys. Yeah, Whippy, we will try to get those gremlins sorted out. Yeah, and the three of us are going to get together and see if we can't figure out this techno crap. So, yeah, it is a wee bit frustrating, but keep a stiff upper lip, carry on, do our best. Meanwhile, comms or not, you're witnessing a cracking race here. This is awesome. These guys are so well matched. I've raced with the two of these guys before. I hate to have them in front of me, but I hate even more having them behind me. Ooh, both of them get loose. Now Nicky pulls away. Jeff trying to reel him back in a little bit. And Nicky got a great exit off that last corner. My goodness. This, though, this is the sticky bit for that V10. Dodge. Good old American iron. That and the Corvette may be the only two things that Americans get right when it comes to cars. Well, that and pickup trucks, but that's another story. And I can say that because I'm one of them. Where's Jason in the picture? Okay, Spinny's making a little bit of that gap. Jason's still out by himself. Spinny as well. Watt as well. Lots and lots of huge gaps. Deep Blue keeps pulling away from retired Gen X. So that virtual GT car. Oh no! Curse of the commentator. Goes off into the lawn and mows it. Here comes retired Gen X. And that's going to cost him a penalty. 0.5 of a second. That could help retired Gen X a great deal. And he has 11 seconds now on Matt, who just fell behind after driving what was looking to be a great race. Still, we're going to keep it on Matt because it's worth it for delivery. That is a Marky B style livery. I think Marky B would be proud to bear that on his car. All right, Nicky 7/10, almost 8/10 ahead. But Jeff closes the gap in the corner, per usual. Let's see what happens through this sequence. Man, Nicky's getting all kinds of loose. Oh, man. Mark and Splatter have left the room. That's unfortunate. You guys should have stayed on. You guys can tell me in the chat if I'm missing anything. Man, this is outstanding. Yeah, it doesn't appear we have anything else going on. I don't want to ignore you fellas in the back, but we've got ourselves a real tangle. I'm not about to give up on it. It's interesting. I don't know if you caught that, but it looks like Nicky's lights are flashing a bit. Which could be a function of him really beating up on his controller, trying to make those corners. It's astonishing how smooth he is. I mean, you'd think that Nicky was on a wheel as firmly as he plants that car around corners. There's no weebles wobbling. You get a little bit of the edge of the grass there, but nothing's gonna put him off. Oh my goodness, Jeff got very loose. I mean, Jeff's trying real hard to catch him up, but as he sticks on his tail, he's often going to lose his arrow at the front end. So you want to be careful, Jeff. You look great though, really carving up the course. Looks like we got something going in the back here. Who's this? Oh yeah, Deep Blue's picked up retired Gen X. Actually, I think it's the other way around. I think retired Gen X picked him up. Yes, he did. Yeah, retired Gen X passed him. Let's see if we can catch that. Try the replay here. Oh, doesn't want to work. No replay for me. Oh well, sorry guys. I tried. Doggone it, I had it set and everything. Now that's what happens when you come in late to the race. All right, back to the front here. Nicky's still around a half-second lead. He's not giving anything up, man. Jeff is giving him the what for, but he's also biding his time, I think. All right, 1.1 seconds off his best pace is Nicky. Oh. Where's Bruno? There's no Bruno in this race. I don't know what happened. I'll have to go look at the Discord because Bruno's the host. We should have him in the race. Bruno, or Dr. Bananas, as I like to call him. He's just not going to let him go. He's like that fly that gets in the house, and no matter what you do, you can't swat him. Dance at a picnic. All right, what do we got going on back here? Yep, Deep Blue now is trying to get back into the bad graces of retired Gen X. He did not like being passed. And I can't blame him. Nobody likes getting passed. Even by somebody as good as retired Gen X. Well, folks, if you like what you're seeing, take a look at the top of your screen. Point your camera phone to one of those QR codes and join us on Discord and YouTube. It's a lot of fun. A lot of great guys. Gets a little spicy in the chats, but that's what you want, be honest. Not spicy in a mean way, spicy in a naughty way. It's all good. So jump on in there, join the party. It is a blast. Rob puts on a great show, and speaking of a great show, here comes Jeff. Side by side, we go through the tunnels. Oh, too much grunt from the V10. Nicky goes on defense. And here comes the over-under. Can Jeff make it happen? Looks like he did. Can he hold it? So far, so good. What happens on the straight here? But all that V10 power and no slipstream for either of them. Oh my gosh, that couldn't be more than a couple thousandths of a second right there. And Nicky takes the lead briefly. Not in this corner, though. He'll never get that fat thing through the corner as quick as Jeff will. But here in this sequence, Nicky takes it. And regains the lead. Brilliant moves. Oh, I wish I had replay. Oh my God, Watt dives into the pits. Wow. Just fantastic racecraft. It's so clean. The way they carve through those corners, you think that one of them is going to get loose, but man, not on your life. These guys know how to race close, and they make it look pretty. All right, great job, guys. Oh my goodness. Great job indeed. Let's go back to P4 and see what's happening here. Yeah, it looks like Jason and Spinny, they're not that close. Anything going on back here? Not very much. And Matt's made a few seconds up. All right, less than 2/10. Jeff back down to P2. That Viper just has so much power in the straights. I don't know how Nicky is making those corners work. Okay, here he comes again. Are we side by side? Oh, we are now, and Jeff takes the lead. Can he make it stick? He's going to have to go defensive in this series of corners here. All these zigzags are a great place to lose that advantage. Oh, he's making it stick now. Well, now Jeff is playing defense. And brilliantly. And now he pulls away. And the corners are where you're going to make it happen in the Ferrari. That's your huge advantage over the Viper. That said, let's see what Nicky can do in this long, long, fast section with a slipstream. Let's see what's happening from Nicky's point of view here. Cuts the corner real nice. Can't get a good exit. So loose. And that lets Jeff get away. Still has to slip. And we're more than halfway through the race now. And now he's catching him up on the straights. What happens here in the corners, though, is going to be crucial if Nicky has a prayer of taking that lead back. So you can get so much understeer from the Viper, whereas the Ferrari, if you drive it right, use the pedals to steer, it is pointy as hell. Man, that was something to see. Watching Jeff make those passes. Nicky just hanging on. Hopefully we'll get more of that in the upcoming laps. In terms of tire wear, there's still a substantial difference, but where the real difference is in the fuel usage. You see, I mean, both of these guys, they didn't refuel at the same time, but they refueled, I think, 1 lap apart. The difference in fuel usage is huge, just huge. Yeah, both of them dive into the pits, which is really smart, because the pit delta is massive, and so is the undercut. All right, we're gonna get Jason come in. Yes, Jason's coming in. He is out of fuel. Before Spinny's coming in, he is not that far out of fuel, but his soft tires are done. Here comes Watt. Watt just changed and refueled. Retired Gen X coming up behind him. 13-second lead over Matt, who has passed both Klaus and Deep Blue, and Deep Blue has fallen back, but that was just because of the pit stop. As did Klaus. So Matt should be coming in probably 4 or 5 laps to go yet. Retired Gen X, he's looking fine. Watt, fresh tires, full fuel. Jason's out on softs. Spinny's out on softs. Nicky's out on hards. Nicky wants to finish the race. And Jeff is on softs. This is going to get interesting. So we have 12 laps. Soft tires, I want to say, for most of this group, are going to last you 10. So let's see what Jeff can do in terms of tire management. He won't have to worry about fuel. I think it's an interesting move. I apologize with all of the goofing around on trying to get the stream working. I did not get a good look at how this race is set up for tire management. I don't think all compounds are required. I think it's just 2 compounds, which, if you ask me, is wonderful. The less complicated, the better for this old brain. Jeff is just running away now on those soft tires. Full heat, full load of fuel. And Nicky has good heat in the tires, but you'll see his lap times are going to diminish. Well, you won't see because they're not showing up, but trust me, his lap times are going to be dropping by a couple of seconds easily. Come on back here. Okay, Watt is out. Retired Gen X has come in. Watt on fresh mediums. Retired Gen X looks like he's going to go, well, you can't tell here. I'm going to assume he's going on softs. Could be wrong. As Klaus von Orlock passes him through the pits. Retired Gen X is out. Sorry. On softs. That should make things interesting. All right. So after 2 laps, Jeff's tires barely showing any signs of wear. Nicky's almost none. Now don't count Nicky out, even with that big of a gap. Nicky is rapid. It doesn't seem to matter what his tires are. You diving in? Oh, okay. Well, maybe I did miss a tire requirement because he's coming in. I'm going to say softs here. I'm going to jump over to the Discord to see if I missed anything about the tire requirement. While you all watch the race. those tires. Hey Rob, you misspelled tire. You spelled it with a Y. And color has a U in it? Where's that come from? Type change required. It doesn't say which. Ooh, Nicky Rent's out on the softs now, and he's just barely ahead of Watt, who's on hot tires, hot mediums. Let's see if Nicky can catch him up, or sorry, Watt can catch him up. Watt, as mentioned in previous streams, I love that moniker. So WAAT stands for Wrapped Around a Tree. Very clever. I don't know why, but that just makes me laugh every time. So here comes retired Gen X on Klaus. He's really caught him up. Let's see what the Ferrari can do with that McLaren. He's got him. No space. You could put a piece of paper between the two of them. That just barely. And Klaus really under pressure. Gets that spot back, but only barely. All right, so it appears the only requirement is soft tires. It does say soft tires are required for this race. All right, well, that's as much as I know. Oh man, retired Gen X looking for a way past. Takes the inside, grabs P7 for the moment. Klaus looks none too happy. And that McLaren is great in the corners. But so is the Ferrari. And Klaus goes off briefly, manages to catch it, loses it again, catches it again, and loses tons of time. Well played, sir. Well played indeed. Both of your parts. So Matt's up into 6th now, after being dead last, but Matt also needs to come in for fuel. So this should be it for him before he has to come in and endure that 30-plus second pit penalty. All right, Jason has caught up to Spinny. Now within a second and closing. I don't know what's happened with Spinny, and unfortunately no replays, so we'll just have to talk to him after the race if we can. There's Spinny. There's Jeff. Now we are going to try to do interviews afterwards, but I wouldn't hold my breath on that one. We've been having enormous problems getting the conversations to come through on the party chats. That could be on me. And here comes Jason in the mighty Porsche. Not getting much advantage from that slipstream, oddly enough. Of course, the Toyota has tons of power in the straights. And Spinny gets it really loose. Jason gets a little loose. What's Jason seeing? He's seeing Spinny coming out a little bit closer in his windshield. Lord, that car is fast in the straights, though. Really hard to catch up. Porsche's great in the corners, but man, it's going to be so hard to catch that Toyota in the straights. It's tons and tons of power. Man, this is the race right now. Jeff is comfortably in front, 16 seconds. Not showing any signs of needing to pit. He'll have 8 more laps to go. Appears to have plenty of tires. Nicky Rent, his tires look good. They're about 2 laps old at the moment. maybe 3. Jason's looking good so far. So with 8 laps to go, I think the soft tires would do. And Jeff is doing a great job taking care of them, as is Spinny. Jason's wearing off a little in the rears, as they will with the Porsche. Rear tires like to scratch off pretty quick on that career. Now Nicky's doing a very good job of keeping his tires together. You see how gingerly he goes around the hairpin. He wants those tires to last the full race. Let's see if he can't maybe catch them up as their tires wear off. I don't know. Well, you know what I might do. Watt looking good on the mediums. Retired Gen X on the softs, taking right good care of those. Klaus out on the mediums now. Interesting choice. A good one for that car, I think. But, yeah, that little sequence of unfortunate events in the zigzags really put him on the hind foot. And here comes Matt in the hippie livery, looking pretty quick. Here comes Deep Blue. All right, back to the front. Here's Jeff, still comfortably out front. Spinny's still getting chased down by Jason. That's got to be a horror show, seeing that guy in your mirrors. Ooh, Jason's trying to catch him up in the corners there. Spinny gets a decent exit, but so does Jason. Jason trying to make that slipstream work. He's not doing very much. He just doesn't quite have the power in that Porsche. And what he needs to do is try to catch him up in these corners here. We've seen that happen. Uh-oh, who's got... Oh, Jason's got a half second now. He's going to have to make up. In reality, probably a second and a half. A half-second penalty like that. It's not in a great spot where you have to circle on this track. Jeff now 17 seconds in front. And Spinny will have, or sorry, Jason will have to serve that penalty momentarily. And it's in such a fast part of the track, it really, really aches to get slowed down in that tunnel. And yeah, there he goes. From 0.6 of a second behind, now a full second behind. Still, not impossible to make up, especially with we have 6 to go. Just a little over 6 to go. All right, nobody's pitting. No, Jason's tires are starting to roll off on him here. Let's see. Spinny's look really good, especially the rears look great. Jason, with all the fighting he's had to do, has really had an effect on his tires. Nicky's tires look good, look better than Jason's. Not as good as Spinny's. Jeff's, on the other hand, ooh, his rears are wearing off some. So can he hold on? With 5 laps to go and that much tire wear, we'll have to see. I think 17 seconds is about close to insurmountable. He should be able to take care of his tires enough to make it all the way through and still retain his position. But with Jason, it's hard to say. Now Spinny, though, he's starting to rinse through his fronts. Should get interesting. And don't count Nicky out, too. He's 5 seconds behind, but he is also closing, albeit slowly. Jason with a bit of a wobble coming through the corner, loses a bunch of time. Spinney, on the other hand, got through cleanly. An outstanding exit. So that puts Jason much, much further behind. And Nicky now is starting to close that gap. With the power that thing has in the straights, if he can catch him up and get into the slipstream, Nicky could be in line for a podium. Yeah, I think Jason is having some issues with his tires here, especially on the rears. You don't get that rear grip, you know, you've got a rear engine, rear wheel drive car. You need that grip. Or is that a mid-engine car? God, I'm probably off on that. I think that may be a mid-engine car, so I'm full of crap. Yeah, Spinney's just pulling away. Nicky reeling in Jason. Doing a nice job keeping his tires fresh. For the moment, anyway. I think, though, when he starts to become really aggressive, you're going to see the tires wear off very quickly. They should fall off within a lap or two. And Spinney just pulling away. Not seeing a lot of close racing on the track at the moment. Back in P9, we got Deep Blue. Looks like he's on track for his best lap. I really do like the look of that car. I truly wish Citroen would produce one. Seems highly unlikely, but yeah, there's your challenge, Citroen. All right, Matt MacGyver in the Beamer. Not making any headway on Klaus, who has fallen woefully behind Retired Gen X. Just trying to keep it together to get through the race. Retired Gen X now is 30 seconds behind Watt, who has a 9-second space to Nicky, who is still shaving off tenths. Really wobbly in the front end there. Going through that sharp left-hander. And Jason now making some time up on Spinney. He was about 2.5 seconds behind. Now a little more than 1.5. Good exit out of the corner. Yes. Now 1.5 seconds behind. Legitimately. Tires looking sketchy. Spinney's fronts are starting to go off on him a little bit. Yeah, that right front's not looking great. Jason's fronts look the same as Spinney's, but his rears look like crap. Jeff's tires are wearing off, but it's not making a speck of difference. He's picked up another 3 seconds. And then he's getting a blue flag for, looks like Deep Blue. Yeah, he's right behind Deep Blue. And here he comes. Fast out of the corners, even with rough tires. Deep Blue's holding it together, though. And now about a 20-second lead. So just hold it together and you're done, pal. It's just 1.5 laps to go. Spinney now only has a second on Jason. If he can get out of this corner quickly, Jason could end up getting a slipstream here, and that could be a game changer. But Spinney gets a great exit. Jason not able to pick him up. And he's going to need to be well within 1 second if he's going to hope to have a slipstream. Do him any good. And here comes Nicky Rint now, just 2 seconds behind. We're on the final lap. It's going to remain to be seen if we have any kind of a battle between Jason and Spinney. But if we do, that may play well into Nicky's hands. Can we get through this sequence of turns without a mishap? We We've seen a lot of cars get slowed down and hit the barrier here. Yeah, and Spinney gets very much slowed down. That right front not doing him any favors in right-hand turns. Let's be fair. Let's go up and see Jeff. How's Jeff doing? Yeah, Jeff's coming through the hairpin here. About to catch up Deep Blue. I don't think he really cares. He doesn't need to pass him. Yeah, Jason's really handing it to Spinney here. All right, here comes Jeff. Using the slipstream behind Deep Blue. Plenty of space. No rush. And here comes Jeff across the finish line. Congratulations. Great race, my friend. Excellent job. Back to P2. Here we go. Here's the race for P2. Coming down the hill. It doesn't look like Jason's got a prayer here with a half-second gap. It's going to be Spinney. Jason. Nicky Rent with a power slide. What are you doing, son? He gets it. Wanted to make that his slowest lap. Here comes Watt. Get out of his way. Here comes Watt. 5th place for Watt. Good job. Retired Gen X, who's had a cracking race. Retired Gen X has given us a great show today. Really appreciate that. Great fights on track. And MacGyver on Klaus von Orlock, and Klaus has a penalty. All right, so Matt just needs to take it easy through the corner because you can keep it within a second. You'll have him. And there goes Retired Gen X. Thanks for the flash of the lights, my friend. Matt MacGyver on Klaus von Orlock, staying on his snow trail. And Matt will pick up P7. Klaus will go into 8th. And here comes Deep Blue. Deep Blue, cracking race, man. You raced clean, you raced hard. That's all we can ask of you. Thank you so much, my friend. Great job. Great race, everybody. Nicky Rent with the fastest lap at 127.2. Oh, my heavens. That was a good race. Very sorry. Very sorry to come in so late. But congratulations, Jeff, both for pole and for the victory. All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah, excellent job, everybody. Bruno says, good race. Congratulations. Well done. You're so right, Bruno. Klaus von Orlock gets that 1 second penalty for not being able to serve the half second that he got. Nicky gets fastest lap. So here you have it. We have Jeff in first. Spinney in second, 20.5 seconds behind. Just nobody was going to catch Jeff today. Nicky had a great race going, but just couldn't get it done in that giant wildebeest of a car. Spinney takes P2, Jason P3. A great race on Jason's behalf. I have to say, I would have felt really good about a race like that. Nicky gets 4th and fastest lap. Runs a great race, but just doesn't have enough car to get it done, I'm afraid. Watt in the Corvette takes P5. Retired Gen X, who gave us a great show on track, I said before, gets 6. Matt MacGyver, he of the awesome livery, takes P7. Klaus drops to P8 with the penalty, unfortunately, but has a great run of it. Deep Blue gets 9th, and Leon was the one who got the DNF. And if you look, he had a great lap in that car, but I think he may have gotten knocked off, and that's unfortunate. But Leon, thanks for participating just the same. Very much like to see you come back for a few more of these. That was just great. All right, folks. Now we are going to attempt to do driver interviews. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but stay tuned. No, I am afraid this isn't going to work. Fellas, I apologize. We're having the same problem we had with the stream, and I'm not going to be able to get any of you on the chat. So, apologies. We'll get it worked out for the next one. And folks, thank you so much for joining us. Group 3 drivers, excellent show tonight. Really appreciate all of you coming in and giving us something awesome to look at. So, on behalf of Rob's Classic Racing and everybody here on the channel, we want to wish you a very happy Friday, a great weekend upcoming, and hope to see you for the next one. Ta-ta, everybody.